Hello, everybody. Welcome to Brooks Knows Baseball. 30 breakdowns in 30 days. Today, we are still in the NL Central, taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Unfortunately, taking a look at the Cincinnati Reds, last year they had 100 losses. The first time they've had 100 losses since 1982, and so last year really was the second worst season that they have had since 1882. So their second worst in history. They haven't won a World Series since 1990. Before that was 75 and 76. And before that, 1940, 1919. So they're going way back to some of their earlier teams here. You take a look, the last time they made the playoffs, however, it was 2020, the shortened season. So it's a little odd, a little skewed. But their manager, he's going to his fifth season, doesn't have much to work with there from what I'm hearing. But without further ado, John, if you want to go talk about their new acquisitions this year, which it looks like to be quite a bit.
Yeah, first thing, I'm going to deviate a little bit here. Their general manager has been there since 18, and I guess let's compare Baltimore. He got there in 18 or 19, and look at them. And their general manager's been there since 18, and they're terrible. So why does the man have a job? Why does the ownership allow this to go on? The manager, who knows how good he is, he does make some head-scratching moves, but there's nothing there, man. I mean,
No, looking at the roster, there is nothing.
Yeah, let's see. This year they picked up Will Myers. He other than his rookie year, he's never been jack. Tampa got rid of him, but that ought to tell you something. Kurt Casale, old catcher. Kevin Newman, a very, very pedestrian shortstop from the Pirates. Pirates let him go. That tells you something. Luke Maley, the catcher. Don't really need him. But anyway, you get right to the rotation. They got a stud, Hunter Green. He lacks command, but he averages 99 mile an hour, four-seam fastball. He'll just get better and better probably. Nick Ladula, left-hander, fastball, curveball, high spin rate on those. He looks like he's going to be something. Graham Ashcraft came up last year. Looked pretty solid. They're going to probably the next two. One of them here is Connor Overton and Luke Weaver, but Weaver, I believe, is hurt right now. I don't know what his status is. You go to the bullpen, you got Alexis Diaz. He became the closer. Upper 90 fastball, 1.84 ERA, and basically I think he's 30-some games, 0.96 whip, 10 saves, so he's something. Lucas Sims will be back. He's a big K guy, fastball slider, originally Braves. Buck Farmer, very average. Reaver San Martin, Fernando Cruz, left-hander Alex Young, Luis Sessa is kind of a swing man, and I guess it's G-Bolt. Nothing special there anywhere. I mean, that looks like some Yankees AAA team, You have anything to say about the pitchers? I think you got a few good starters there, but or potentially good starters.
I think Ladola is solid. Their bullpen is rough, man. Like you said, it's a AAA bullpen. They're old.
Yeah, Buck Farmer couldn't cut it in Detroit. What's that say?
Daniel Norris is there. He'll be 30.
Daniel Norris is still there. I thought they'd get rid of him. He come back.
Non-roster invitee. He's a free agent signing in February.
Is he still living in his van?
Probably.
He was known to live in his van or something.
It's rough, man. Alexis Diaz is their closer, but
it's like I said, they've torn a proud baseball city, very proud tradition for year after year. I mean, I remember the Big Red Machine. They had some great players, Johnny Bench, Ken Griffey, Cesar Geronimo. You can go down a list of guys, Concepcion, Pete Rose. I mean, on and on and on. Frank Robinson played there at one time, and then Barry Larkin, yeah.
Frank Robinson, Joe Moore.
Yeah, Frank Robinson's worst trade they ever made, wasn't it? But I'm happy.
Ben McPhee. Well, you can't forget Noodles Hahn.
No, I forgot about all Noodles.
Noodles Hahn, yeah.
Okay, now you made me hungry.
Career WAR is almost 50. So Noodles is he won 130 games at 2.5 ERA. He stopped pitching in 1906, but
that's why I forgot about him.
Noodles,
they're the oldest professional baseball team there is, aren't they?
Yeah, 1800s.
Yeah, it's a shame. You could hear them on the radio when I was growing up, and their announcer was from my hometown area here. So he should be in the Hall of Fame. Brenneman, Marty Brenneman. Um, it's just a shame. They were, they always had that ugly stadium in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now they got a nice stadium. But anyway, back to baseball. You
Moving
go
on.
right into catcher.
Yep, Tyler Stevenson. Tyler Stevenson last year, he struck out 26% of the time, had a 319 average. That's actually pretty positive. Only 50 games, however, going back to the previous year's 286 and the 294. So it sounds like he's a pretty solid catcher.
Strong arm, real strong arm. Needs work on pitch framing, I understand. But if he can stay healthy, but you can put him in some DH along with Chad Pender and Jake Fraley or somebody, split up some time there, get him some rest. But they got plenty of backup because Sally and Malley. Then get a first base. Joey, it's time to retire.
Well, I think I have Votto at DH. What I'm thinking, and they're having Will Meyer at first base. Myers.
Well, what according to what I read just today, they're thinking Votto's still going to be the first baseman. Will's going to be in the outfield,
Well,
in center field, because
isn't
especially because Senzel's hurt.
isn't Votto going to be 40?
I think he is. Hall of Fame player?
No.
I'm thinking he'll get in because they kind of relaxed their standards recently. But anyway, he's a Canadian too. That's not what I know.
They have
Walker.
home runs.
Yeah, but he used to be a
He
hitter.
have 350 home runs. He does it. He has just over 1,100 RBIs. He's not a 300 average hitter.
He's had some seasons though. But it's probably time for Joey just to go ahead and hang it up because they're not going to win anyway.
No.
I mean, why is he hanging around? Paycheck, or does he just love baseball that much? Maybe. Then he don't have a lot of help around him either. But anyway, you go to second. You got Jonathan India had a good rookie season last year. He wasn't healthy long enough to put anything together. He wasn't very good last year, and they say he's struggling this spring. Then third base guy they got from the Twins organization came up late last year. Spencer Steer, big power guy, hit I think 50 some home runs last year's in the minors. Not defense so big power though. And then at shortstop, they got Kevin Newman from the Pirates, but they're saying that Jose Barrero may win the job. They said it's still up in the air, so Newman would be relegated to a utility guy. Then if you want me to go on, the center fielder is supposed to be Nick Senzel, big draft pick who has never lived up to anything. He's hurt right now, hurt his toe. So he didn't really have a spectacular year. I mean, he struggles to stay near 250, and I only think he hit 250. Do you have the numbers in front of you? If you don't, I do here. Pardon?
So I got it here. He's a first round pick in 2016. He had his toe surgery in November. Last season, he hit 231.
Yeah, see, and he should be a leadoff kind of guy.
240 career guy. And he's not.
He had negative 0.6 WAR last year.
He only had 0.6 positive WAR in 19 rookie season. Every after that's been negative. So he's been a low player.
Did you hear me just go ooh?
I'm watching it too.
Yeah. Cuban just got hurt.
He just fell catching the fly ball.
Yeah.
But moving on, so their outfield.
And you got like T.J. Friedel, Will Myers, Jake Fraley can play out there. Will Benson. Maybe that's the guy I'm thinking it came from Cleveland because you had that when we did the Cubs. Was it Cubs we did last? Yeah, they had a Benson, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's not a lot there. Will Myers has never lived up to anything.
They don't draft well at all. Looking at their roster here, so Jonathan India was drafted by them. Obviously, Votto was, and Tyler Stevenson, and then T.J. Friedel.
Senzel.
We haven't got to him yet, but starting lineup, they have 4 out of 9. And you go to their starting rotation, you got Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo, and Graham Ashcraft. The other 2 aren't. In the bullpen, they have 1 homegrown guy. Everyone else is either a trade or free agent signing or waiver signing. So that is not a good look, especially when you don't win.
How would you like to be a fan? Like, at least everybody's probably figured out I'm Orioles National. fan. I'm from that area originally, and you're 30 miles away from Baltimore, D.C.,
Up north.
so you can.
Yep.
I got a national and American team, but anyway,
Up north.
when they were rebuilding, I knew there was a process, a plan. You seen the guys they were drafting.
This
I
is like
mean,
middle 2000s Orioles, like 2006.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, it's sad. It's sad. I feel bad for the fans there. I mean, and they had the best hot dogs and chilies in the world there.
Skyline, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that's why I want to go see a game there, just to get them. I had to go there, Florida, to get
There
them.
is hope on the horizon, however.
Oh, yeah,
Well, their
Because
prospects, they're ranked sixth.
wow. Well,
And
I'm
there's
glad to hear that.
one guy I want to talk about because I'm very
Yeah. I've heard a lot about him.
something that's
Go ahead.
very odd. Their first three prospects are all shortstops.
Oh yeah, I see that on my list.
And then their fourth one, the third baseman. So, but the guy I'm super duper high on is Ellie De La Cruz. He's a 21 year.
Everybody.
He's 6'5", 200 pounds. I think he has. He's like. I think his comp, just because of his size, is like an O'Neal Cruz type. But I think he hits better.
Yeah. I'm reading in one publication. It says that he is the most athletically gifted prospect in baseball. 30-30 upside, exit velocities plus high. But he does have a high strikeout rate. But power guys usually do. You know.
Yeah. He hit 304 last year through high A and double A. I see him starting off in Louisville this year, and with the way the Reds are, they need to call him up. There's no reason to keep him down. He's 21 years old. He just turned 21. I guess 2 months ago now. He needs to be in the bigs this year.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be.
Hey, you might as well. So the garbage they got.
I would rather lose with the
Young guys.
exactly.
I mean, when you watch your favorite team, don't you get excited when a prospect comes up?
Yep.
Like I said, being a Royal
Up
fan,
everything.
when Gunnar Henderson got called up, I mean, and Natalie Rushman last year, and it was so exciting,
It was.
And the team like them, that why don't the other teams do what they do? Their AAA team's going to be loaded with prospects this year. I mean, they're all not going to be superstars, but they're going to be part of a World Series win one day.
Absolutely.
Well, I hate to change the subject, but Cuba's got a guy that makes Vogelback look slim, batting. But anyway, that was rude, but it's true. Despaigne.
Looking at their other prospects, we got Noel V. Marte.
Yeah.
When you're done,
Is he played to the other?
he's just
Been a lot of.
he's a shortstop. And then we got Edwin Arroyo, shortstop, another shortstop. Then we got Cam Collier, third baseman, who's in rookie ball. He's just 18, so he's a lot of potential there. He's our first round pick from last year. Lou Collier's son, if anyone knows who that is. I don't know if top.
Yes, I remember Lou, guy, a utility guy.
Yeah, and there's two other players I want to touch on here. Christian Encarnacion Strand is their seventh rated prospect. They got him in the Trevor Molly trade with the Twins. He started off for Fort Myers when I was there. A very nice guy, and he hit.
Oh, who did you say?
Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Oh, okay.
He did really good at Oklahoma State, Fort Myers in 2021 when I was there. He hit 391.
Oh.
I remember that. He didn't play many games because he was obviously that was the year he was drafted, but he was a steal. I think he's going to be a very solid player, Oklahoma State guy. Then you got Chase Petty.
What was that? 21? He was there or something?
Yeah, and then you got Chase Petty, who was a
same year
pick who they traded for Sonny Gray, who at 18 was hitting 100 on the gun already from New Jersey. But
yeah, I remember you called me on the phone. You were watching him or something. You were telling me he's popping 100, man.
Yeah, so there seems to be a little bit of talent there. They just got to develop them good. Chase Petty did turn good numbers. He's only in high A, so hopefully if he keeps progressing, he can get to double A. And if he's super progressing, maybe triple A, but he's still only 19, so I don't think that might happen this year. It's probably more of a next season kind of thing. Christian Encarnacion Strand, I think with a pretty solid year, he could potentially find his way because he's a 4-year college guy, and he's already in double A, and he's 23, so I see him potentially making it this year as well. Collier and Edwin Arroyo, no, they're too young. Novel V. Marte, potentially he's 21 in double A. If he does go to Ellie De La Cruz, I think would be silly if he's not.
Well, if they're good, look at Harris with Atlanta. He was in double A. He's really young. and he got called up. And he's Rookie of the Year, so you never know.
There you go. But
If they're ready, they're ready.
I agree. Looking at the NL Central standings, I have, excuse me, good gracious, I have the Cincinnati Reds going at 66 and 96. Unfortunately, there's just nothing there. Maybe in 2 years, and these prospects develop, there might be something there, but right now, I just don't see anything there.
Yeah, because they do got some young pitchers. I mean, Ashcroft's not a baby, but he was a rookie. Lodolo and Green are young. So yeah, and Connor Overton. I'm not sure about his age. I think USA just won. Anyway, let's see. Who was I saying? Overton. Yeah. Overton. No, he's old. Never mind. He's 30 years old this year.
So
But anyway,
that's what I don't think they're going to be too good this year. But who knows about a year or two if their prospects develop good, maybe some good free agent signings. However, this year I think it's going to be a tough year for Cincinnati, which is unfortunate because now's the time that they should capitalize because the Cubs and the Pirates are not good. Cardinals are
right.
The Cardinals are what the Cardinals are, which is good.
Yeah.
John, I'll let you do final thoughts and give us your sign off here.
Final thoughts. I like to see India turn it up. Like Stevenson be healthy and Green get his command, and maybe it'll shock a few people. Who knows? But that's all for now, folks. We'll catch you next time on Brooks Knows Baseball.
Good night.
Good night, John Boy.